Alrighty, let's go. Welcome back into the trade room. I'm just going to do a little bit of a breakdown for the two Vegas games over the weekend from a SuperCoach point of view. Who are the sort of players that I may have missed or we may have missed? Maybe players that you had in your team. Maybe looking at players that probably underachieved compared to their price tag, or even overachieved compared to their price tag. Some very, very interesting scores, especially with the new scoring system. I definitely know there's one player I missed out on, but there's even a couple cheapies that we missed out on for sure in a mid-range CHORF in that Cowboys game. But I'm here to break it down all for you. Now, if you are listening to this, I just brought out my initial Vegas games review just from a actual NRL watching standpoint. So make sure you also go check that out after this one here. This one will just be just mainly or just about SuperCoach scores and just going through the two games and what I was surprised about, any one I may be looking to get in the next couple weeks. And yeah, obviously we've got our first big TLT today, which is pretty freaking awesome. 12 teams releasing their teams for round one, the other 6 games to finish off the week. But without further ado, let's get stuck in. I'm just going to quickly show you my team. So I did make some last minute sort of changes from my video that I did end of last week, my Vegas team reveal, which I did end up posting about on my socials to keep you updated. So I think I had 5 players play on the Sunday in Vegas. I'm sitting at 401, so pretty happy so far considering I didn't even have a vice captain or a captain. I did actually end up vice captaining Greg Marzu, but I will not be looping 73. But couple changes I made. I ended up getting Reed Marnie in for Blake Brayley. He ended up playing 80 minutes, so 52 probably feels like the worst I guess he's going to get every week, so we've got a little bit of value there. Started Payne Haas, Trey Mooney. I've got Cleon Kolomatangi and Isaiah Papali'i on the bench, which wheels up IPAP this week. I'm hugely excited, especially with Liam Martin out of the team. Zayo Tefita and Luciano Leilua in the middle there. Leilua getting 52 there, which feel like he really didn't do much in the whole bunch of the game. Joe Chant, got Patson and James Walsh on the bench as my Nuff dual CTW. In the halves, got Nathan Cleary, Dan Atkinson, who got 32, didn't end up playing him. Nathan Cleary, I am captaining this week instead of Payne Haas. I think Nathan Cleary, at worst, will probably go, at absolute worst, will go 60 to 70, I think. Then he's got a massive point to prove in round 1. I am looking to captain him. Cody Walker and Jonah Pizzette in the 5'8 roles. CTWs go Latrell Mitchell, Greg Marzu as an ultra pod. Stephen Kreiner, who got 68. Greg got 73 with a try, which I was stoked about. Tom Chester, who I thought didn't really do a whole lot in the game, but has got 62 all in base and power, which was absolutely ecstatic about. On my bench, we got Makasini, Fayemani, Marnie, and Setutu. Also got 62 there as well. Fullback, Surfar Logo, and Keanu King in my flicks. I got Sam Walker there. All right, let's get into the game. So my projections that matter, 1266, which honestly I'm pretty darn happy with so far. All right, let's get into these games. I'm just going to quickly expand that out for you guys. And now I've got to move this page down for you. All right, cool. So we obviously had doing this on the computer. So we got Knights in the Cowboys 2018. The one guy that I missed, I did tinker around with in my preseason sort of draft was Kalen Ponga, 116, the highest score for the whole day. Absolutely destroyed. I think a couple assists, couple line breaks, and then he looks absolutely everywhere. For a guy that is, 600K, 607K, he is looking very freaking good to start the year. Have a feeling of potentially a lot of other people will be potentially trying to get him in, along with maybe replacing Scott Drinkwater, which I did not start with. I'll just do the Knights to start with. Trey Mooney, 94, that try at the end, which is absolute gold for a guy that's 20K or something. Is absolute gold to get that try at the end. 94 there. Don Muan, 94, pretty impressive with the try as well. Dylan Lucas, 73, all in base and power. Greg Marzu, 73 with a try there as well. Interesting to note with the new scoring, 73. So you get a line break for a try off a kick as well, like if it's being like sort of passed back, which is fine. Very interesting. Phoenix Crossland 62, which is pretty darn good going. I think he played 80 minutes as well, with Sandon Smith coming on at 6. Had a 40-20 in there as well. Fletcher Sharp 61 with just playing 26 minutes, which is absolutely absurd. Absolutely absurd. 61 in 26 minutes. Private Best was okay. I'm just going to go through this. Saifidi, not too bad. Gagai, 58. Frizzell, 51. Croker, 46. Dylan Brown, 46. What sort of price he is? Obviously, you can't see me there. I'm just going to make my thing a little bit smaller for you live so you can see. 535k there for Dylan Brown. Not a bad option. I just think he's going to maybe take a little bit of work to get into the 7 roll. That may be a little cheeky option later in the season as a little pod. Jermaine McEwen played 68 minutes just for 43. A guy a lot of people did look at. A guy that has a potential of having generally a good motor with base and power, but I thought he was a bit disappointing there for 43. Sandon Smith, 42, considering he came off the bench. Not too bad there. From the Cowboys' point of view, the star of the show was Helium Lukey. Definitely 95 points with a try there. He was very, very good there for the Cowboys. Scored a try, 48 tackles, the most tackles, I think, for the whole game, along with Phoenix Crossland. Just the 3 missed tackles, 3 tackle breaks in there, had a line break, 14 runs, and then 7 runs over 8 meters, and then 3 runs under 8 meters there. He was very, very good. 68 in base and power for Helium Lukey at 410k, 404k. Looking very, very good option, definitely, to start the year. I'm just going to move me up to the corner here so you can see the scores a little bit better. Let's just take away that. All right, Murray Talangi, 88 with a double, which is obviously scored 1 off a kick. Probably want to see a little bit more of you scoring a double. You think about Marzu, if he scores a double, he scores over 100. Same with Delm Young. Tommy did 75. Didn't feel like he did a whole lot either in a losing side, which is pretty darn good. Stan McIntyre, 68. Tom Chester, 62, which I was very surprised about when I checked this. But obviously with the new scoring, I wasn't very used to it. I did check all these scores at the end of the game as well, not live. 19 tackles, 3 miss. He had 5 tackle breaks in there as well. A couple offloads, 16 runs over 8 meters, 2 runs under 8 meters. So he had, 34 base and power there, 38, 48. I pretty much think all of this was in base and power, which is pretty darn incredible for a little cheapy CTW. I'm very much hoping he keeps his spot heading to round 3, because he's going to make a whole bunch of cash. Reed Money, 52, pretty much all in sort of base and a little bit of power for Reed Money. Didn't really take too many runs at all as well, just mainly all tackles there. Main thing is for Reed Money, in my selection with Reed Money, was that he played 80 minutes as well, which I'm pretty stoked about. Ruben Cotto was a little pod option. I saw some people look at mainly in the sort of Twitter world. 49, didn't really do a whole lot there. Who else we got there? Jack Cliff, 45. Jackson Purdue, 42. Probably felt like 42 for Purdue was the absolute worst score he could have got in that game there, considering he didn't score a try. That should have been all in base and power as well for Jackson Purdue. I'm just going to look at the stats while we're all here for everyone else. 12 tackles, 7 missed tackles for Jackson Purdue. Wow. Who was he marking? He obviously played a little bit of fullback, but he was left center. He was marking Dane Gagai. Wow. 6 tackle breaks for 12 points himself. He had 11 runs over 8 meters, 7 runs under 8 meters there. A couple errors for Purdue as well. As I said, felt like 42 was probably the worst he could get. So if you're someone who's probably disappointed with Purdue's score, hold. If he scores another 40 next week, I would 100% be holding for round 3. 100%. He's got all the talent in the world. Spoke about Sandon Smith. Just do the Cowboys. Brandon Burns, 38. I think he was on 48 in the 70th minute with base and power. Before that, Simbin, which if you are an owner, was absolutely killer. Who else we got? No one else. Excuse me. About to say no one else relevant. Drinkwater, 21 points. Probably one of the big talking points along with Kalen Pong in this game. That is a 95-point difference between Kalen Ponga and Drinkwater for a 200k price difference. And Ponga was not 200k more, he was 200k less than Scott Drinkwater in this game. Excuse me. Just obviously battling a bit of an injury, had a few tackle breaks, a few offloads, but yeah, only had 2 runs over 8 meters and 9 runs under 8 meters and a couple errors in there. Not a great start for Drinkwater. He's going to have a huge break even. Obviously, guys, if you are new to SuperCoach, the price changes happen after they play 3 games in the NRL. So not just after round 3. So a team like the Bulldogs, their prices will change after round 4 when they play their 3rd game. But Drinkwater, unless he absolutely goes huge against I think it's the Tigers next round, he will have a huge break even heading into round 3, which is very interesting for owners. I tinkered around with looking at Drinkwater, but honestly, it was just a price tag for me to start the year at 793k. It was just a little bit for me to start the year in a big factor. If he was honestly 700k, I probably would have gone for Scott Drinkwater. So I'm very fortunate on that front. Seeing people who put the VC on him as well. I don't know too many people actually captain him. If he did captain on Vegas, that's probably a little bit of a rookie error there, considering you get the free opportunity with the VC. But main talking points is definitely Kalen Ponga, who had a projection of 53, went well over that. 2 try assists, obviously goal kicking as well in there. Had a try contribution, 8 tackle breaks, a line break, 9 runs over 8 meters, 8 runs under 8 meters. He's absolutely everywhere. Score 116 without even scoring a try is pretty darn impressive for Kalen Ponga. And a guy that will be looking to obviously make a bit of cash heading into round 4 after round 3. They play Manly in the next round as well, so very intrigued to see how Manly in their defense look. But going by how the Knights attack looked, depending on how Fletcher Sharp is going as well, I don't think he'll play in round 2. Ponga is looking like a very big option, which for me, I've either got Keeney, Farlogo, or Walker in the flex, and I want to see how those 2 guys go first. But at the moment, I'm not keen on trading any of those 3 guys up before they play. For me, I don't trade after round 1 because obviously your prices don't change after 1 game. And for me, trading after round 1 just seems silly because you chose these 26 players all for a reason. And it's just round 1. Like, honestly, round 1, absolutely anything can happen, blowing the cobwebs off. Just give it another round. Obviously, if you need to trade out after round 2, I would be boosting after round 2, most likely. Very high chance. But there's just no need for me to trade out after round 1. I selected all these guys in my team for a reason, and I just don't need to be trading them out. Nor going by the scores at the moment, I've had any disasters. But very interesting one for Drinky owners, definitely for sure, and potentially Fletcher Sharp owners as well. If you went a little pot option, obviously he's a bit of Bicky, 730k there. Whether you've got him in your 5-8 spot there, where you're having to look at playing Jonah Pizzette in round 2 if he's out, maybe even round 3. Very interesting call, definitely, for owners of Fletcher Sharp. But 61 and just the 26 minutes he played was pretty darn insane. Obviously, having that try, obviously had the assist for the Greg Marzi try as well off the kick. Had 5 tackle breaks in the minutes he played. He looked very freaking good in the 61 minutes. 61 points in 26 minutes is absolutely absurd. You got to think if he stays on the field, he's probably going as big, if not bigger, than what Kalen Ponga scored in that game. All right, doggies and the Dragons. Obviously, let's start with the main talking point, which is going to be, let's just do by teams and we'll go through their stats. For the doggies, Jacob Carraz, 99 points, has not missed a beat, did not play a trial in this one, scored obviously a try in this one. 6 offloads for Jacob Carraz, has not missed a beat. The 1 tackle break for Carraz is very much unders. You probably expect 4, 5, 6, even more from Jacob Carraz a game. So even if he scores, take away that try, he probably gets 70 in base and power, which is freaking incredible. Had a line break in there at a offload, 18 runs over 8 meters, 10 runs. He had 28 runs in this game. So you look at 46 just in base there alone. Obviously, had a line break assist as well. Excuse me. But you look at 14 points in offloads there, 46. So that's 50 in base and power there, 52. 56 in base and power for Jacob Carraz. Oh my goodness gracious me. He's going to be a guy that's looking very, very good option heading into this season. I went with Stephen Crichton over Jacob Kraz for that little bit less cash at 600k, but 750k, just, I mean, he's a premium CTW, is an absolute gun. I will somehow be trying to look at potentially getting him in round 4. Yeah, round 4. Kick out, very solid, a little bit of a pot option, definitely for owning 650k. Obviously, a lot of people start with Isaiah Yo, a lot of people start with Angus Crichton. Not a lot of people looked at these two to arrive, so do them both together. The kick out 98, Preston 97. Obviously, Preston scored the try as well for the doggies, but Preston 44 tackles, kick out 17, which is very impressive. So Preston didn't even have a missed tackle. Holy shit! 8 tackle breaks for kick out. Yeah, he busted absolutely everyone. 8 fucking hell, 8 offloads. Oh, sorry, excuse me. 4 offloads for kick out, 4, and then 2 that went to ground. Couple line breaks to kick out, 1 for Preston there as well. 11 runs over 8 meters and 9 runs over 8 meters for Preston there. Base and power through the roof for these guys. Preston's going to have a very good combination with Lockie Galvin heading into this year, I think for sure. I think they'll score plenty of tries. Speaking of Galvin, 77 in his first game at 7 roll. I spoke about on my review. I think he definitely should be the 6 in this team. I don't think he should be the 7 at all. I'm just going to make myself a little bit bigger. Hey. All right, 35 tackles for Galvin as well. So base and power was very good in this game. He had a couple line break assists, but for a 7 in this game, he's going to have about 50 base and power, which is very good for a number 7 halfback. So could be a little cheeky pot option, 550k. One to definitely look out for. Maybe I look at going him in round 4 and just getting out my cheapy halfback as quick as possible. That's obviously a bit of an upgrade there, just depending on how Daniel Atkinson goes in round 2 and round 3 for me. We're just touching on the doggies sort of first. Stephen Crichton, 68 points there. Had an assist, which was good. Goal kicking as well. But you take away that assist, obviously a line break assist in there as well. He goes about 48. Even with that field goal he got there as well. So not amazing by Stephen Crichton. Going to be interesting to see how he actually does partner up with Kraz there on the left, which is a very dangerous combo. But go through a little bit of amount of work, but take away that, obviously, that try to Kraz. He gets 48. So obviously take away the field goal, about 43. We're looking at Stephen Crichton 43. We're probably thinking, similar to what Jackson Purgey scored, I guess. Matt King, 67, good innings. Montoya, 65. Wow, Montoya, 65. Didn't really feel like he did a whole lot either. Tracy, 57. Harry Hayes, 55. Bay Hayward, 50. If you went him at hooker, obviously going to make a bit of cash, 343k. But he is just all base with tackles. He is not running 54 tackles for 6 missed there. Who else have we got? Matty Burden, 45 there. Tupinor, 41. And tinker around with him, but he didn't get the minutes I was hoping for. Who else have we got? No one else really relevant. But star of the show for the Dragons was definitely Damien Cook. 105 SuperCoach points. Had a try assist, obviously off that kick to Emre Gula. So not even a line break assist. Take away that. 93, pretty much all in base and power. Absolutely unbelievable. Highlighted by the 70 tackles in this one here. Just the 2 missed. 4 tackle breaks, couple offloads. Oh, sorry, the 1 offload. 5 runs over 8 meters and 3 runs over 8 meters. Wow, my tab has moved. Come on. There we go. Very, very good innings. Played 80 minutes or 90 minutes, should I say, in the middle for Damien Cook to score 105, but 70 tackles is an immense effort. I think Jacob Little is back around round 3, I want to say, so 526k. Probably a wait and see just to see with these minutes once Little definitely comes back. I really like Jacob Little. I'd probably be expecting Little to get at least 20 to 25 minutes in the middle there. Sewer, 74. It's a very good hit out on the right edge there. 31 tackles there. Plenty of 5 offloads, 5 good offloads there as well. If you're confused by this OH and OG, if you are watching, so offloads to hand, which is awarded 4 points, which is for a good offload. OG, not like the OG, but OG is offload to ground is here. So they may offload, but just goes like bouncing to ground. So it's like ineffective that they used to call it. That's just awarded 2 points there. But 7 runs over 8 meters, 5 runs under 8 meters for Jonathan Sewell there. Toby Catchman, I think he played about 56 minutes, 58 or maybe 60 minutes, obviously with extra time in the middle there. 40 tackles, pretty good hitter. Pretty much should be all in base and power for Toby Catchman. The Arsenal that looked at starting Toby Catchman, that's obviously a good score, what you're hoping for 588k. I would just be looking at his minutes. Obviously, that game went to Golden Point, pretty much a full 90 minutes. Just be looking to see how his minutes are heading into sort of next round, pending it doesn't go to Golden Point. Because Ryan Catchman, the other brother, 235k. 71 SuperCoach points, played 56 minutes all up, including Golden Point, made 53 tackles, 4 tackle breaks there, 17 points in runs there. A very, very good innings by Ryan Catchman. That is like, what, take away the missed tackle, like 77 in base and power there for Ryan Catchman. Very, very, very hot prospect. Heading into the next couple rounds, I just want to see if he backs up the minutes again in round 2 before I go looking at buying him. That will definitely be a cheaper option heading into round 3. If he can have another 50-minute game, he's going to make a shitload of cash. He's probably going to make at least 100 to 150k, maybe even more in the next couple weeks. Then you can look at going him straight to like a gun tour if he's maybe lost a bit of cash. Setu 2 scored a try on debut. You got to be pretty happy if he ended up actually playing him. I did not play Tom Chesser. Didn't matter in the end. They scored the same. But basement prize, he's going to make a bunch of cash. Obviously scored a try there as well. Got it through a little bit of work. Probably want to see him get through a little bit more work. Obviously had a line break. You take away that. Probably scored about mid-30s. Obviously went off about 65-minute mark with a cramp. Emre Gula 59 with a try. Hamish Stewart 57, which is not too bad. I think he's 400k. I think he got the minutes as well. He actually started on the bench as well. 46 tackles for Hamish Stewart in that game there. Val Holmes with an assist, 54. I think that was with a line assist as well. Obviously, you get 20 points now for his try that he got. I think in the old scoring, he probably would have got 4 points for that try. Now you add on a try assist and a line break assist for that one there as well, and really helped his score. You take away that and you just do the old scoring, you think he scores about 38 in the old scoring, which we kind of look at that and I probably say it's a little bit lower scoring than what you hope for 734k. If he loses a little bit of cash, I'll be trying to get him in as quick as possible, I think, because I think that edge with him and Setu 2 on that right edge is going to be very good. Just happened to come up against the best defense in the competition. Luciano, I spoke about him a little bit. I actually went him as a little pod option to start the year. Didn't really do a whole lot. Gave away a silly penalty on attack as well. 34 tackles there in the middle. Played about 64 minutes, I think. 8 runs over 8 meters, 6 runs under 8 meters there. Conceded a couple penalties, as I said. So it's all in base and power. About 58 in base and power there for Leilua there, which, considering I didn't think he did a whole lot, I really can't be too fussed with that one really in the end for Luciano Leilua. So hopefully he makes a little bit of cash. Moses Sully 44, Tui Piloti 43 there, not too much. Gutho 40, if you went a pod option, you're left a bit disappointed at 650k. Probably looking, if you started with Gutho as a pod option, you don't have Ponga, I would be looking to get Ponga in ASAP. And then the other main option here, I think, on this one here is Daniel Atkinson, who I thought was a bit of a passenger in this game. Didn't really do a whole lot attacking-wise. 28 tackles, which is quite a lot for a 7. Like, you look at Galvin there as well. Just the 2 tackle breaks. This went for the 6 runs in this game. Had 3 runs over 8 meters, 3 runs under 8 meters there as well. Conceded a couple penalties. Also had a couple errors in this game as well. So, look, he's not someone I'm going to be looking playing in, week out. He might have the attacking stat here and there. I would want him to see him run the ball a little bit more, I think, in games in the future, whether it's just, sort of first game at 7, dusting off the cobwebs. I'm not sure. Yeah, probably at the moment, I'm probably looking to try and trade him to a gun halfback as quick as I can. maybe a halfback that's going to lose a bit of cash. I think Atkinson will make a tiny bit of cash in round 3 or after round 3, but I'm not expecting a massive amount. I think the Dragons have got the Storm in round 2 as well, so again, a bit of a tough matchup at home though, so we'll see what happens. I kind of think of this situation like Luke Metcalf. I think he scored 12 points in Vegas and then bounced back and turned up against Manly in round 2. Whether we see that in round 2, I'm not sure. Not really a guy I'm looking at playing, but with the way that I've structured my team, just going to show you my team again. I've really only had to play one cheapie this week, which is Tom Chester. Obviously, got Macassini on the bye there as well. And to get 62 for my cheapie, now I've got Keeney, I've got Grant, Kolomatangi, and IPAP on my reserves this week, which I'm very happy about. Trey Mooney and Lucci were probably my lowest players, like price players there as well. Obviously, Coda Walker there as well. But then for the 52 and 94, I'm pretty bloody happy about. So really happy with just the overall structure of my team. Obviously 4 reserves who I think will go really well. And then you got Sam Walker in the flex there as well. But that'll do it for me, guys. What did you think so far of the new SuperCoach scoring system? Obviously, I was a bit surprised with definitely the uptick. Especially a guy like Tom Chester. Obviously, Ponga looking very good heading into round 2. But again, PSA will not make any cash after round 1. Will not make any cash. No players will lose any cash either. So you can actually still wait and see. For me, I will not be trading heading into round 2. I will be banking trades, which I think is very important. You get 46 for the whole year. Obviously, you can still tinker around with your team now after TLT today. I will not be tinkering around. I don't think, unless there's absolute major like Joe Chan not starting or maybe even Patson not starting there. But I'm expecting all these guys to get a starting role this week, even though I am not playing them. But that'll do it for me, guys. Let me know how your SuperCoach team is going so far. I said for me, 5 players have played, and I'm sitting at 401, so pretty chuffed about that so far. One thing that I've missed out on is definitely Kalen Ponga, and if I had him, would I put the VC on him? I'm not sure. But I know a few people have put the VC. I think he's 3% VC, so that's an easy loop there. 116 to start the year. Take your money and run 232 points with your captain. But that'll do it for me, guys. Thank you so much for listening. This has been the Trade Room, and cheers.